Have you ever had someone stop mid-conversation and say, "Wait, there's no way that's your real age"? Maybe they thought you were 5, 10, Oregon, even 15 years younger than your actual number. At first, you probably smiled and took it as a flattering compliment. But what if I told you there's more to it than good skincare or lucky genes? What if looking younger isn't just a surface-level trait, but a deeper reflection of your psychology, your mindset, and the way you choose to live your life? In today's video, we're diving into 7 hidden psychological reasons why you might look younger than your age, and why it has everything to do with your inner world, not just your outer appearance. So if you've ever been mistaken for someone younger, pay close attention, because these may be the real reasons why. And hey, before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. This channel is your go-to space for life-changing psychology, mindset mastery, and timeless wisdom that actually makes you stronger. Ready? Let's go. Number 1. You have an unbreakable spirit. Some people go through life with more storms than sunshine: heartbreak, betrayals, financial disasters, losses that would crush the average person. And yet when you meet them, it's as if none of it ever left a scar. Their eyes don't carry bitterness. Their voice doesn't tremble with regret. They stand in front of you with calm presence, quiet strength, and a strange, almost radiant glow. You wonder, how are they not broken? How do they still smile with their whole face? How do they laugh like they've never known pain? Their secret, a spirit that refuses to break. What makes a spirit unbreakable? It's not the absence of suffering. It's not denial or naive optimism. It's the ability to keep showing up, even when you've been knocked down again and again. It's choosing healing over hate. It's choosing hope, not because everything's perfect, but because you've decided to stay open anyway. These are the people who've lost everything, but never lost themselves. The story of Maria Grace in the fire. Take the example of Maria, a 52-year-old single mother who became the rock of her family. Her husband left when their youngest was still in diapers. Bills piled up. She worked 2 jobs, daycare in the morning, cleaning offices at night. There were days when dinner was just rice and prayers. She faced eviction twice. She buried her sister after a brutal cancer battle. And still, she kept going. But here's the part that surprises people most. She doesn't look weary. She looks radiant. People regularly guess she's in her late 30s. She laughs from the belly. She compliments strangers. She speaks softly, yet powerfully. Why? Because Maria never allowed her pain to define her. She processed her grief. She cried when she needed to, but she never became bitter. "I decided," she once said, "that my children would never look at me and see defeat. They would see resilience, the science behind spirit and youth." This isn't just poetic, it's physiological. Modern science confirms that your emotional state directly impacts your body's aging process. When you carry unprocessed stress, your body pays the price. Elevated cortisol levels, inflammation at the cellular level, collagen breakdown, hello wrinkles, suppressed immune function. That's why some people seem to age overnight after a traumatic event, like a divorce, a death, or relentless financial pressure. But others, they somehow glow through the grief. They rise from the ashes looking stronger, clearer, even younger. Because while pain is inevitable, how you process it determines what you become. Turning fire into fuel. People with unbreakable spirits aren't immune to hurt. They've just learned to turn hurt into healing. They don't deny their wounds, they just don't let their wounds become their identity. They journal through heartbreak instead of burying it. Ask for help when they need it. Choose forgiveness. Not because others deserve it, but because they do. And most importantly, they protect their peace like it's sacred. And guess what? It shows. Their skin glows, not because of expensive products, but because of inner peace. Their smile feels real because it is. Their presence radiates something rare, emotional clarity. So, what about you? If people keep telling you, you don't look your age, pause and reflect. Is it genetics? Maybe good skincare? Perhaps. But more likely, it's your resilience. It's the way you've learned to stand tall even when life was trying to bury you. Because every time you chose love over fear, compassion over bitterness, hope over helplessness, you built a spirit that no storm could break, and that doesn't just preserve your youth. It reveals your power, the Stoic reminder. Your spirit is yours. Alone Stoic philosophers knew this truth well. They taught that while you can't control what life throws at you, you can always control how you respond. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. That matters. Your face may carry the echoes of your story, but your spirit decides how the world reads it. So when you walk into a room, people may not know your past, but they'll feel your presence, and that presence will whisper something timeless. I've been through fire, but I didn't burn. I became light." Number 2, you embrace change instead of resisting. One of the quickest ways to age isn't just physical, it's mental. People who cling to the past often resist new ideas, technologies, and experiences. Their world shrinks and their energy fades. You can hear it in phrases like, "back in my day," or "it's too late for me." Over time, their bodies and spirits show signs of rigidity, but change is life's invitation to stay alive. Your body is built to adapt, your mind to grow, and your soul to expand. Fighting change is fighting your own nature, but when you embrace it, you remain flexible, fresh, and youthful. Not just in looks, but in energy. James's story, staying young through change. At 67, James defied the norm. While his peers slowed down, he joined a salsa class. Though awkward at first, he kept going. Today, he dances 5 nights a week, his posture and energy transformed. People now mistake him for 50, not for his skin, but his spark. Science confirms it. Learning new things rewires your brain, increases dopamine, reduces stress, and improves memory. Mental flexibility leads to physical vitality. Your expressions, movement, and voice stay youthful. Change keeps your whole being alive. Change is renewal, not loss. Many fear change because they associate it with loss of identity, control, or comfort. But what if change is actually an upgrade? Youthful people embrace newness, try things they've never done, and stay curious. They know it's braver to evolve than to stagnate. A Stoic reminder. Marcus Aurelius said, "All things take place by change. The universe loves change." True strength is adaptability. Wise people stay grounded in values but flexible in response. They release the past and grow forward. Ask yourself, are you evolving or resisting? When was the last time you tried something new? If it's been a while, maybe it's time to trade fear for curiosity. Because those who age with grace don't stay still. They move forward, step by step, heart first. Number 3, your mind is always curious. Curiosity is the spark of life. When that spark fades, so does your energy. Aging isn't just lines on your face. It's what's happening inside, in your thoughts, your passions, your sense of wonder. Stop being curious and you start feeling dull, not just to others, but to yourself. Curiosity is the soul's oxygen. Think of the most youthful people you know, not by age, but by spirit. They ask questions, try new things, read, explore, and light up with excitement. They're alive because curiosity keeps them growing. It reminds them, There's still more to feel more, to learn more, to become the science. Curiosity rewires the brain. Curiosity boosts brain health, asking why, strengthens neural connections, improves memory, and increases dopamine. Your motivation chemical. People who stay curious age slower mentally. They handle stress better, connect deeper, and stay engaged. Curiosity literally keeps your brain and emotions young. Aisha's story, Wonder Keeps Her. Young meet Aisha, 58, artist, widow, and a recent amateur astrophysicist. She reads about black holes, attends stargazing events, and gave a talk on dark matter. But what makes her glow isn't science. It's her spirit. People think she's in her 40s, not because she wants to look young, but because she stays in awe. That curiosity keeps you connected. When people stop being curious, life shrinks. Their views harden, their joy fades, but the curious stay open. They admire tiny leaves. Ask about people's dreams. They embrace being beginners, even if it means looking foolish. To grow, you must risk looking foolish. A Stoic view. Curiosity is inner freedom. Stoics didn't pretend to know everything. They stayed humble. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "In a little while you will have forgotten everything. In a little while everything will have forgotten you." That's not dark. It's freeing. Curiosity makes life an adventure. Ask better questions. What can I learn? What is this discomfort teaching me? What do I still not understand? Curious people evolve. They carry less ego, more wonder. Ask yourself, when was the last time you learned something not tied to work, money, or image? If you don't remember, pick up a book, take a class. Ask why until your eyes light up. Curious minds stay expressive. Their energy stays fresh. Their posture upright and their presence full of life. Stay curious. Stay open. Stay young. Number 4, your emotions need to breathe. Bottling emotions is like trapping a storm inside. It builds, swells, and eventually spills. Some think silence is strength, but unspoken emotion doesn't vanish. It transforms into tense jaws, Sunday night headaches, stiff shoulders, fatigue that rest can't fix. Held emotions show up in your skin, posture, and energy. Emotional honesty equals sign. Physical freedom. People who express feelings glow. They laugh fully, cry when needed, speak up when hurt. They don't bottle. They release. And that release, it brings lightness. Their presence feels youthful because they aren't weighed down. Leo's story, Leo 54, is a teacher known for his presence. He tells heartfelt stories, cries with his students, he laughs big, hugs everyone at graduation. He doesn't act invincible. He's just real. And that realness, his skin stays relaxed, his posture open, his energy young. Not because of filters, but because he lets it all out. What bottling emotions does. Suppressed emotions trigger survival mode. Stress hormones rise, immunity drops, inflammation spreads, skin loses its glow. Meanwhile, expressing emotions through tears, journaling, or even yelling into a pillow activates healing. When you feel, you heal. Emotions must move. The word emotion comes from emater, to move out. Emotions are meant to flow through you, not stay stuck. When you block them, they settle in your body, but when you express them, your breath deepens, your muscles relax, your face softens. You return to your natural rhythm. Stoic lens. Feel deeply, let go lightly. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about not being ruled by emotions. Seneca wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." True Stoics feel, express, and let go. They don't cling, they return to presence. That's emotional wisdom. That's freedom. Ask yourself, what are you still holding in? When was the last time you cried? Not from pain, but from relief? You weren't made to carry pressure forever. You were made to release it and glow because of it. Because when your soul feels safe to be seen, your body relaxes, and the world says, you look so young, so free, so alive. Number 5, you surround yourself with positive energy. Energy is contagious, not just emotionally, but biologically. The moods, words, and behaviors of people around you affect more than your feelings. They shape your body, your brain, your health. Surround yourself with constant negativity, complainers, cynics, gossipers, and you begin to carry invisible weight, a tense jaw that isn't yours. Exhaustion after a conversation, low energy, from emotional pollution, toxic energy, speeds up aging. Living in toxic environments long-term leads to elevated cortisol, weakened immunity, disrupted sleep, increased inflammation, burnout. It doesn't just feel heavy, it makes you look older. Slower movement, dull skin, dim eyes, toxicity leaves marks on your face, posture, and presence. Positive energy slows the clock. People who live in joy, gratitude, and connection, they shine. Laughter lowers blood pressure. Connection boosts happy hormones. Gratitude calms the heart. Supportive relationships fuel regeneration. They don't just look good, they feel vibrant. Their energy is grounded. Their eyes sparkle. Their skin glows, not from products, but from peace. Rosa's story, light from within. Meet Rosa, 60 years old, a yoga teacher with laugh lines she's proud of. Her life is full of rituals, morning breathwork, afternoon dancing, evening tea, and soulful talks. People say she glows, and she does, because she lives in harmony with herself and others. She protects her peace, curates her circle, and gently releases those who drain her, not with anger, but with clarity. She looks 45 not just because she stretches her body, but because she stretches her spirit. Energy is nutrition. We obsess over what we eat, drink, apply. But what about the energy we absorb? Some people nourish you, some drain you, some poison you slowly. Positive people are sunlight for your nervous system. They lift you up, challenge you kindly, celebrate your joy, and hold space for your pain. That kind of energy keeps your heart open, your system calm, and your body youthful. From a Stoic lens, guard your circle like your peace. The Stoics believed in protecting the mind from chaos, outside and in. Epictetus said, keep company only with those who uplift you. Your energy, time, and attention are sacred. Sometimes self-care isn't a spa day. It's a boundary. It's saying no to gossip. It's leaving the room when joy is stolen. It's choosing your circle like you choose your health. Because that is your health, ask yourself, who do I spend the most time with? Do I feel heavier or lighter after being with them? Do they cheer for my light or compete with it? Do they help me grow or keep me small? You become who you're around. Your energy is your environment, and your environment shapes your aging, your glow, your spirit. So protect it. Surround yourself with those who water your joy, who make you laugh until your stomach hurts, who believe in your dreams like they're their own. Because when you do, your body listens, your face softens, and your spirit glows in a way no skincare ever could. Number 6, you live with passion and purpose. Nothing ages the soul like apathy. Waking up with no spark, no reason, no fire. You go through the motions, coffee, phone, routine, but inside something's fading, not your hair, your spirit, because apathy doesn't just dull your mood, it dries up your life force. Purpose is pure fire. When you live with real purpose, soul deep, heart-thumping passion, you radiate from within. Passionate people move differently. Their eyes shine, not just see. Their hands create, not just work. Their voice resonates, not just talks. Even at 70 or 80, they exude vitality because purpose keeps them ignited. Not aging, the story of Carlos. Time can't touch purpose. Carlos is 70, but people think he's 50. Why? Because he's alive. He builds wooden boats, not for fame or money, but because it's his joy. His workshop is sacred cedar scent, sanding rhythm, focused silence. When he speaks about his craft, he glows. It's not skincare, it's soul-care. Passion rewires your brain. Living with purpose isn't just poetic, it's scientific. When you're doing what you love, your brain releases dopamine for joy and motivation, serotonin for calm and fulfillment, oxytocin for connection, endorphins for healing and stress relief. These chemicals lower inflammation, improve sleep, boost immunity, and slow aging at the cellular level. Passion literally heals you. Purpose doesn't have to be huge, just honest. You don't need to be famous to live with purpose. Sometimes purpose is teaching a child to read, planting a garden, painting just for yourself, serving tea to someone lonely. Purpose isn't about how big, it's about how deeply it roots you in life. Apathy dulls. Purpose illuminates. Ever seen someone whose eyes feel vacant, like their body's here, but their spirit left the room? Now think of someone who lights up talking about what they love. Their face lifts, their voice rises, time disappears. That's the anti-aging effect of purpose. You stop counting years because you're too busy making them count. A Stoic lens, duty meets desire. The Stoics believed in living with intention, doing what's essential, aligned with your nature. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." Purpose isn't always grand. It's often simple, consistent, sacred. The Stoic doesn't chase passion blindly. They show up daily, quietly, faithfully, and in that effort, they find meaning. So ask yourself, what lights you up when no one's watching? What makes time vanish? What work feels sacred to your soul? If you don't know yet, that's okay. But don't ignore the ache. That ache is your spirit whispering, wake up, come alive again. Because when you discover what fuels you, heals you, and pulls you forward, you don't just look younger. You feel timeless. Number 7. You've learned to let go of the past. Nothing leaves a heavier mark on your face than what your heart refuses to release. Regret, resentment, unforgiveness, hidden pain. These emotions don't just haunt your mind, they imprint on your body, in your brow, your jaw, your step, your smile. Because the past, when unhealed, doesn't stay behind, it wraps around you like invisible armor. Heavy, rigid, silently aging you from within. Unhealed pain becomes a physical prison. Science confirms what ancient wisdom knew. Unresolved emotional pain doesn't dissolve with time, it festers, and that has a price. Elevated cortisol, increased inflammation, poor sleep, weakened immunity, accelerated cellular aging. People stuck in their past don't just look tired. They are tired because emotional baggage becomes physical weight. Letting go changes everything. Letting go isn't forgetting. It's making peace with the past and choosing to live anyway. That kind of release brings freedom. You move easier, breathe deeper, your body softens, your face relaxes, and people notice. The story of Hannah, radiance through release. Hannah lost her only son in a tragic crash. Her grief was total. Screaming, silence, collapse. But in that she found a new strength, not to suppress pain, but to honor and release it. Today, she supports grieving parents. She shares her story, leads healing circles, and holds space for others. Now, she radiates peace. Her voice is soft, her presence calming. She looks 15 years younger, not from surgery, but from release. Science agrees. Letting go extends life studies. Show those who practice mindfulness forgiveness. Gratitude present moment awareness. Enjoys slower aging, healthier hearts, more balanced hormones, and longer life. Letting go activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Your body's healing mode, forgiveness, rewires your brain. Gratitude reduces inflammation. It's not just emotional hygiene, it's biological self-care. A Stoic lens, release is powered. The Stoics taught that clinging to what we can't control causes suffering. Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding. Some things are within our control and some are not. You can't change the past, but you can stop letting it define you. Forgiveness isn't excusing others. It's freeing yourself from mental replay, emotional exhaustion, and invisible chains. In that release, we find presence, peace, youth. So ask yourself, what pain are you still carrying? What memory or person still drains your energy? Are you ready to let go? Not to forget, but to be free. Because here's the truth. You can follow every beauty routine, eat clean, sleep well, but if your heart is heavy, your body will carry that weight. Let it go. Give yourself permission to heal, to rest deeply. Smile fully and move forward, because nothing makes you look or feel younger than a spirit that's finally been set free. And that brings us to the final truth. Youth isn't just about your face. It's about your soul. When your mind, heart, and energy align with healing and light, the world sees what you've always known. You're not getting older. You're just getting brighter. Final thoughts. So, now you know, if you've been told you look younger than your age, it might not be luck at all. It might be a reflection of your resilience, your mindset, and the choices you make daily. And if you're not there yet, don't worry. These habits are not locked behind genetics. They're choices. And you can start choosing them now. Let go of stress, welcome change, stay curious, express freely, surround yourself with light, live with fire, and release the past, because true youth isn't found in creams or needles. It's found in how you think, feel, and live. If this video opened your eyes, click like and hit subscribe. There's so much more we're going to explore together. And now tell me in the comments, what's the craziest age mistake someone ever made about you? Until next time, stay young in spirit, powerful in presence, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new insight that could change the way you think, act, and live. Thanks for being here, part of the Stoic Kernel. I'll see you in the next one.